Hello and welcome. My name is Shirley Powis. I am a member of the CTN team. And if you are watching this video, then chances are you are a Google admin for your Google Education account. And you need to review your app access and really understand the process of how this goes. So make sure you have this video up, have another device ready, and you are logged in to your Google admin account. Let's begin. So you're going to make sure that we toggle to our waffle that's right next to our icon. And when we hover over it, it's going to say Google Apps. You're going to click on that. Make sure you click on admin, and that'll bring us to our admin profile, which you'll see on the screen that's downloading. You'll see a couple of different tiles already up on the top, which include users, app access control, and billing. We are going to focus on the app access control. So click Review Apps. We're going to open up a brand new window. And what you're going to see here is a list of all the apps of people within your domain, your school domain, who have requested for Google to share their information with this particular website, application, device, whatever it might be. And so that Google wants just to make sure that these websites, apps are education safe, because we are dealing with some users that are under the age of 13. So we want to make sure, Google wants to make sure that every information that's being shared is safe for the students. Okay, so we need to make sure that we review and grant access to those applications that need that kind of app access to happen. So we see here that there's a Microsoft app and services. So someone might want to have use Microsoft within this organization and kind of link those accounts. Our Canva integrations. So Canva, someone was probably trying to sign in with Google through Canva, and so Google needed to certify that Canva was a safe website to be used. So we're going to configure that access because we know that Canva is safe. So we can click on the domain that it was specifically listed for, which in this case, it would be for our organizational unit of Class of 2025. And we're just going to press Configure Access. It'll repeat that same information. We could do it for the entire domain, so everybody within this domain, or we can select an actual organizational unit. That part is up to you. From here, we have three different options. We can either trust it, we can offer limited access for a limited amount of time, or we can give this specific website limited access to a specific Google feature. So that's Drive, Gmail, Calendar. We can give access to specific things. But we want to say that this is trusted. We shouldn't have to approve this again. And we're just telling Google that it's safe. But if we wanted to give specific Google data, then we could have clicked on that. It's just ways to make it simple. And then our very last option here is to block it, which can be done if it's a site that shouldn't have access to any information. We're just going to review the permissions, make sure you have the title of that app correct. It becomes an ID that required for this particular action. The domain that's listed there, access to Google data, and any notifications. This is actually the newest feature, so now you can actually send an email notification to whoever sent that request in, so that they are aware that the permission for it was either approved or denied, which is great, because oftentimes when teachers send that request, they don't often get to know if it was done or not. So unless you verbally tell them. So this way now they will get an email notification that changes were made, so that they can try and get back on this app. And then you're going to press Configure Access down on the bottom right. Another confirmation message will pop up, and this is just Google's way of saying, are you sure you've reviewed the application that you are trusting Google to say and share whoever's information, those are that within your domain. So it's just an extra barrier of safety. And once that's done, that will go through, and then you have the rest of this list to kind of go through. Again, here we see an HP Smart, so a printer might want a printer Like HP has its own website, so I probably wanted to sign in with a Google account, so that has it there. And again, all these other applications that kind of are asking for that particular app access. But if you go up and you look at your third tile, it says 82 configured apps. We're just going to click on view that list. So there are 82 apps that have asked for access with Google. And you'll see some of these are not education based. And so they should either be blocked or denied. Say change access. And we're going to click on select organizational units, or we can click on that whole domain. Again, that's up to us. We're going to click on that blocked option and then that next button, and then just review that every process that we went through in the last time, making sure that everything there is correct, and then we can change the access to that. And now Google will no longer share this information with this particular application of Pokemon Go. You'll also see further down on the list, things have like Scholastic Digital Manager, because Scholastic does have digital resources, but there is also a TikTok there. So we are going to deny that for the entire domain. Going through that same process of next, block, next again, reviewing everything that we've done, and then change the access. And this is why it's important to make sure that only trusted people have access to your Google admin accounts and that they have this kind of power so that they can keep an eye on apps that need to be requested and accepted, or that have been requested and need to be denied. So keeping that in mind. At the end of the day, I hope that this was helpful. One thing that I do want to make clear is that unfortunately, if someone does send a request to the Google admin to allow Google to share their information with a particular app, Google will not send a message to the Google admin saying someone has sent an admin request. In that sense, Google is always updating their processes, so that might come soon, but at the meantime, that's not something that's actually there. So just keep an eye on this particular part of your Google admin dashboard so that you are not dismissing certain requests that come in from your educators. And this can happen with many different applications. Again, we saw it with Canva, we saw it with Scholastic. So even if they are education based, Google needs to make sure that they legitimately are safe so that they can share this information with that website or with that application. So even if it's education, Google will not automatically recognize that. It will ask that person to send a request to their admin so that the admin can approve that access. So just keeping that in mind. And as always, if you have any questions or concerns, please feel free to email the CTN team. Our emails are up on the screen. You can email me directly, Shirley Powis, with the email that's on the screen, or any one of our team members, such as Laura Hickey, or our generic CTN email. And one of us will always get back to you. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. Thank you so much for watching. We appreciate everything that you do, and don't hesitate to reach out to us if you ever need anything. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.